Good morning. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Welcome to another Bead Chat with Fen. We are currently live on YouTube, currently live in the Bead Flora Studio Facebook page. And let me go live in the Learn How to Make French Beaded Flowers Facebook group. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Today it is April 11th, 2025, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time here in the Midwest, USA. And earlier on my daughter's permission slip, I wrote 2023. So obviously, I don't know what year it is. Obviously. Welcome. Okay, so if you are currently watching me live, say hello. Let me know what you're working on. Okay. And yes, let me know. Okay, so today we're going to do something a little bit different. Oh, I hope you guys can hear me. I'm using a different mic today. As you can see, it's kind of a different setup than I usually have it. I am doing what am I doing? Well, I am going to try to tackle my box of flowers that are kind of sitting around. But first, let me make sure that I'm getting all the comments and everything in the Facebook group. Give me a minute. First 5 minutes is kind of like housekeeping, getting everything in order because it's just me. So I can only do so much at a time. Okay. All right. If you are in the Learn How to Make French Beaded Flowers Facebook group, please leave a comment in the chat so I get a notification so I can click on it. Okay. I can't. Sometimes it just doesn't show up for me unless someone triggers it. So let me know if you're watching. All right, guys. And if you're on YouTube, let me know. Give a shout out. And if you are in the on the Facebook page, let me know. Give a shout out. I hope you guys can hear me because I'm using a different mic today. So can you hear me? So let me know. Let me know. Okay. Okay, I'm not getting any notifications, so let me refresh it real quick. Let me know. Let me know. Okay. All right. Things are loading. Anyways, we're going to start. We're going to start. I'm just going to assume everything is working. So today, like I said, we are doing something a little bit different than I usually do. I have my box of flowers, crate of flowers that are just kind of out of place right now. Some of them had a home before, and somehow one thing led to another, and now they don't have a home. I want to show you like these daisies. It had a home, but I thought when I was making my sunflowers, I wanted the vase. I thought the vase went better with the sunflowers, right? So I decided to take the daisies out of this vase and put the sunflowers in here. So these daisies have gone 2 years without a home, and I still haven't found a good vase for it. So that's just what this box is. That's what this crate is. Just things that are just kind of need a home, got misplaced, got knocked over, something happened to it, and now there's no home. All right. Okay. Hang on a sec. All right, great. Okay, thanks, Carolyn. Thanks for activating the chat here for me. Now I can see the comments on here. All right. Carolyn says, I'm watching but not beading now. Love that you're sitting on the floor. A little bit different today. Doing something a little bit different today. Because what I'm doing today, if I were to sit at my normal spot, I would not be, I would be just, there's just not enough room for me to do stuff at my desk. So would not be able to do that. So where should I put, I'll put this here so I can see. All right. Now I can see y'all's comments. Hello, yay. Okay. Okay, so 6 minutes have passed and now I got all the technicals figured out. Okay, so like I was saying, the daisies, it had a home. Now it doesn't. I probably won't find a home today because I don't have a proper vase for it. I've tried it with some of my other bigger vases and I don't like it. I have another one here. Let's give this one a try. So today I'm just going to find as many little things as I can. Okay. All right. So this one, the daisies were in this vase temporarily, but I don't like it in here. It just does not fit. Or maybe it would. It just needs some more height. What do you think? What do you guys think? Okay. Hello, Natia. Thanks for joining me. Yes, good morning to us here in America and good afternoon, evening for you in Germany. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from. Say hello. Let me know what you're working on. Okay, so if you are just joining me, I am just trying to find homes for my beaded flowers. And I've got a hair over there. So this may work. This may work. I may need to add some height. Not a huge fan of it, but it may work. So, but anyways, a little bit of height. Okay. But I'm not going to deal with this today. I'm going to do little things that I can do. So I've got like tons of little vases that I took out from my closet. Tons. Hopefully I can do something here. All right. So all of these here, I took it out because I was looking at it. And for some reason, I took apart these cherry blossoms. I was doing something and I took it apart. So now they're apart. And they're just like little things that I need to do. And I don't know what to do yet with these dandelions. I don't know. Well, I'm like, in a way, I'm kind of waiting for more flowers so I can make another, display. Like I was looking at it earlier, like this is a summer flower. So, oops. Okay, not ruined it. So let's fix it. Okay, so this is a wild sunflower that I designed a few years ago. So I was looking at these, so like these would go together in like a display of sorts. So in a way, I'm kind of waiting for more flowers because in by itself is not as interesting. So I'm kind of waiting for more designs, but I'm thinking maybe I should just put together what I have instead of trying to bead some more. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so not today. These are not today. Okay, so I have these marigolds that I need to pot up. I made these, when did I make these? Last year? So I have, they're loose, so I need to pot them up. They were, where were they? And I found these owl pots. So I'm thinking they would be cute in here. Okay, and I do need to go and get my cutters. So I will be off screen real quick. I'll be right back. I was going to get them earlier. I'm like, I need to get them before the stream because I will need it. But of course, you know, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Okay, so I've got this handy dandy table here instead of working on the floor. I'm going to work on this table. All right, Natia says, I've made 6 petals for Lauren's orchid so far. I know I'm really behind, but the week was pretty well booked with appointments. Okay. Well, I just started. I just started 2 days? Was it yesterday? No, 2 nights ago. I just started the orchids 2 nights ago. So, yeah, I'm behind too. I'm really behind too. I get you. I hear you. Okay. Hello, Astrid. What are you working on? Thanks for tuning in. I've known Astrid many, many years. And you're probably not beading. So if you're just joining me, I am just trying to tackle my crate of beaded flowers and maybe pot a few. All right, so I think I will use this air dry clay, you know, just Crayola. I don't want to use, what's the other one? The one that's not drying, non-hardening clay. For it to be called non-hardening clay, it is quite hard to use. It's quite hard. It's quite hard for it to be called non-hardening, right? And I have these gloves that I use for the clay. I just don't want to get my hands all gooey. Okay. Okay, so today I'm going to pot up these French marigolds. French marigolds that were in my garden. And I planted it like a couple years ago. And I decided to study it. And here we go. Okay, Natia says, what kind of flowers are the small white flowers in the tall, slender vase behind you? Tall, slender vase behind me. Is it this one? This one? If this is what you mean, it is Japanese honeysuckle, and it is a pattern that's in my book, Bead Flora, French Beaded Branches in Bloom, my second book with the blue cover. It's one of those patterns. All right, let me add more clay here. So here, honeysuckle. I also have a honeysuckle what? Berries? Where are the berries? Where do they go? Because I did honeysuckle flowers and then I also did honeysuckle berries. I don't see the berries, but I see the flowers. You know how that goes. This glove is like up in my way. Okay. Thank you, Astrid. Thank you. All right. Well, I forgot to do announcements before I started, but I'll do that later. Because I was trying to grab so many things without, well, I guess you guys can still tell without the overhead camera. Okay, it's kind of annoying using the gloves because my hands are small and these gloves are huge. I just don't feel like getting my hands all dirty today. Normally I don't wear gloves. Okay, so just I have too many of these flowers lying around. I am getting overwhelmed. I'm trying to declutter so many things, and this crate of flowers is really messing with me because it doesn't have a home. Okay, that should be it. Oh. Okay. Well, the problem with this keeps getting stuck. My glove keeps getting stuck. I think I'll just leave it. It's just hard to work with. Okay, so the problem with the air dry clay is that it will yes dry, and then once it dries, the clay kind of contracts and it may kind of like remove itself from the pot, and that can be an issue. So if it does that, well, I should have like put some like hot glue on the bottom before I started, but tip for next time, put some hot glue on there. All right. But for this one, it's just going to clunk around a bit, so no big deal. I mean, I knew this and I still did it. You know how you know some stuff and then you just keep doing it even though you know the consequences. Yeah, that's me. Okay, I need some, what do I need? Moss. I got this moss at Joann Fabrics, and as you guys know, Joann Fabrics is going out of business, and now I don't know where I'm going to get my moss. Okay. All right. Hello, Lauren. Thanks for joining in. What are you working on? Let me know what you're working on. What UFOs do you have? Okay, so working with moss. Moss is really, really messy. So it gets everywhere. But all I need to do is just stuff it in here. And it should, the clay is still wet, so it should stay. Okay. And that's one done. Okay, we try not to slouch. All right. All done. One done. Okay, one down. More to go. Okay. Hi, April. Well, you're not that late. I just started. So if you're just joining me, you guys, I am just potting up my beaded flowers. So I guess that is part of unfinished projects too, UFOs, right? Unfinished objects. Um, you know how like in making jewelry, you add your clasp and that is your finishing touch. For us in French beading, it is potting. That is the thing that really, that's what gets us. We have all this stuff made and then we just need a pot, right? And that is that little finishing touch. That's that little finishing touch that we need. All right, next one. The marigold. Okay. I have other owl pots. Okay, I have some other over there. Let's reach over here. Let's see, which one should I do? I don't think it matters. This one is cute. I mean, they're all cute. This one looks kind of mad, right? Kind of mad. This one, I already have some clay in here. This is the non-hardening clay. So you can take it out, but it's so hard to take out. They're so hard, even though it's non-hardening clay. So it's so hard to manipulate. I don't know if I have weak hands or what, but it's so hard to manipulate. Manipulate. Need to articulate. Okay, so I'm just going to do this one because it's got some clay in there already. And oh, April says April's working on dream catchers. So exciting. April, did you sell your dream catchers or is that why you're making more? You're always making them. Okay. All right, let's put some more clay in this owl. Okay. I'm just gonna put some in that hole. What was in here? I don't remember what was in here. Okay, so these marigolds were actually the perfect, size for this pot. Okay. Hello, Louise. It's good to see you. What are you working on? If you guys are just I am just working on my unfinished projects. Some of the projects I've finished, but I need to pot them up. So in some projects, I had them in vases, and then somehow they got taken out of their vases because I needed the vases that they were in for something else, and now they don't have a home and just in this crate. So I'm just trying to find a home for everybody right now. They're orphans and need a home. Natia, I got the owl pots on Amazon like many years ago. Many years ago, back in 2018 or 19, I think 2019. So you probably can still find them. They're tiny pots. So if you look up owl succulent pots, you should be able to find them. But I don't know if you would have it on Amazon Germany. Do you have Amazon Germany? All right, more moss. Messy. Okay. Hello, Liz. Got Liz joining us from the gym. Wow. Okay, watching and walking or cycling or something. Okay. Actually, I'm heading, okay. Making another of the marigolds in between projects, have 4 flowers and ready to assemble. Awesome. Okay, so here's your inspo, right? More inspo for you. Okay. Okay, that's 2 potted. Sometimes we just need maybe like a potting section. Potting section. A potting session. It's hard to say those 2 words together. Say potting session 5 times fast. Okay. April is, you're going to repot a daisy. It hit the floor at the store and the vase I had glued. Oh, no. No. Sometimes that happens. Okay. 2 owl pots done with marigolds. Okay. Okay, Louise is working on orchids. Almost ready. Green, yellow, and all of them. You're doing all of them, Louise? Okay, Louise says, oh, lovely pots. Yes, I love these pots. I put like some little, I have a pot with little daisies in them. When I taught the kids this pet, sorry. Oh, let me take a drink first and then I'll talk. I was teaching like kids how to make daisies at the public library like 5-6 years ago, and I had these pots and I put like little daisies in them. So that's why I have all these pots. And I don't have other uses for it. They've just been sitting in my closet all these years. So you know what? We should use it. Let's use our things instead of letting it sit there and not doing anything. Have the plants here, have the pots there, put them together, right? Okay, so 2 pots. What's next? All right, so we have this spider plant. Sorry, it took me a minute. Took me a minute. Okay. So I made a lot of these for the bead along at the Sea Beads and More group last year. So sometimes I will still find these lying around. Maybe I'll use this pot, or maybe I'll use an owl pot. So one of these terracotta pots. It doesn't look bad. Looks pretty good. Terracotta pot or owl pot. Let's use the smaller owl. Let's use the owls because they're just cute, right? The owls are just cute. Let's do an owl. Give the owl some hair. All right. So need to cut some of the stem off. Natia, you think the smaller pots will be better for the spider plant? This one? Yeah, I think this will work. But I want to use up the owl. I do want to use the owl. I'll stick with the owl. If I find more, then I'll use a smaller pot. The owl needs to be used. It's too cute. Okay. Okay, Carolyn says, I love your owl pots. I buy beads and take classes at Owl Bee Beading. Barb would love your pots. Carolyn, where is Owl Bee Beading? Where is that? Where is it located? Is it new? Is it a bead store? All right, in Pennsylvania. Okay, because I was gonna say I don't know any of them. I don't know. I have not heard of that store. Okay, sorry, my legs are just getting cramped. Oh, crappy legs. Okay, I'm gonna knock something over. Okay, I was gonna say I haven't heard of that store here in Wisconsin. Okay, Carolyn says, yes, a bead store she found during COVID, Wednesday night Zoom classes. That's cool. A lot of people started doing Zooms during COVID. And what I started doing during COVID was I started making YouTube videos instead of what? Yes, I was making YouTube videos way before, but I was now I was doing more YouTube videos. So I did not get into the Zoom. I was not Zooming. Oh, enough of this moss for this owl. Okay, so hello, DIY Dream Weddings UK. She said, hi there, love the little owl pots. Thank you. Everybody loves the little owls. Okay. Okay, I think if we just open this up, it would just fill it up more. So. All right, 3 projects done. Any more? What else can I do? What else can I do? Oh, my nerves are just getting hurt. Okay, so last week I was doing the last week was putting together the sunflower. Have it here? No, I don't. It's outside. Okay, so I was wrapping my sunflower. It's still not done, but I cramped up my hands real good. It just because the sunflower is so heavy, it cramped up my hands real bad. So it's still not. And then I was working on processing some bead spinners also. So that kind of didn't help the situation. So I'm still kind of healing from it. So my hands are still kind of, still need some healing. Yes, Lauren, it does look like it has a little hairdo. I love that. Okay. So still need to heal up my hands. Oh, sucks getting old. Sucks getting old. Okay. Okay. Yes, DIY Dream Wedding. Yes, they are made with beads. If you look on my YouTube channel, I have lots of tutorials on how to make beaded flowers. Um, yeah, beginner level beaded flowers. Okay, what next? What else do I have? Let's go through this crate. Okay. Let's go through this crate. Oh, let's take them out. So I have my dandelions. Like I said, I need this to go with something else. I don't want it in a pot all by itself, though it could go in like a pot by itself, but I kind of don't want to. I kind of want something more. Kind of want something more. Okay. So I have these tulips, or one tulip, and I haven't done anything with it really because I want to do something else with it. Kind of, I have some daffodils, but if I want to save it for an arrangement, I kind of need to make more, and I kind of don't want to make more, you know? and I need more daffodils and more tulips if I want to do like a whole arrangement of tulips and daffodils. Oh, that daffodil is stuck in there real good. Oh. Okay. So it's spring here in the Midwest, USA, and I've got daffodils already blooming. So I'm excited about that. I'm trying to plant daffodils every year so that there's more and more. So last fall I planted some in my raspberry beds. They're gonna die out, and then by the time the raspberries come, so I'm gonna try to plant daffodils everywhere. Everywhere. And I want to be one of those, crazy people that plants daffodils on the lawn. I don't have time to do it just yet, but eventually I want to be one of those crazy people that has daffodils on the lawn. It comes up, and by the time you mow your grass, it'll be all dead, right? So that would be cool. Okay. Probably not doing anything with the daffodils today, but maybe I can just have something like this and just have a nice spring display for close this clay. Right, a nice spring display, because there's 3. Okay, I'm looking for my Flora tape. Where'd it go? So I think in the meantime, I will not make any more. I will not make any more. But I will put these together, and maybe I can find somewhere to put this in my house as a spring something, spring arrangement. Okay. Cut so that they're flush. Hello, Teresa. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Ooh. Okay. Let's get these out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. I use 12 gauge wire, so this is very both my hands. What are you working on, Teresa? What project are you working on today? Okay. Okay. All right, Natia says, perhaps a blossoming spring branch would go well with the 2 daffodils. Maybe. I have some. I have some. I wrote a whole book about branching blossoms. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to put this in here a minute. Do I like it in a vase? That's not bad. Okay, so one of my goals is to, well, obviously to have a home for everything, but things that go in a vase, I want it to be permanent. I don't want to have it like with the daisies where I say, oh, this goes better with another project. So I took the daisies out and put my sunflowers in. So I don't want that to happen. Okay, I'm trying to prevent me from doing that. And I want to, if it's in a vase, I want it to be in there permanently. So one of my goals eventually is to pot them permanently if they are in a vase like this. I'm going to put in resin, and that should keep it in there permanently. Okay, I have one here. This is one of my first projects that I ever made. This is probably 20 years old. And I potted this permanently with resin. So if you can see, can you see right here? Right? This is resin here. So if I do this, it's not going to come off because it's in there. But somehow this leaf got weird. So I'm just going to take this off. I don't know what happened to this leaf. Got knocked. Besides that, still looks good. 20 some years and it's still here. Still blooming. Could maybe use some shaping and maybe a dusting or something. There's some dust in the resin that I probably need to do something about, like crusted on dust. But other than that, it lasts pretty well. Okay. Ooh, beads everywhere. Okay, all right, so let's try the blossoming blossoms. Okay. Well, the thing is, these aren't blooming when this is blooming. These are like some of the early bloomers. I mean, if I really want to be nitpicky about it, these aren't blooming yet. And cherry blossoms, they're not blooming yet. So I might just be nitpicky about it like that. Like, when are they blooming together? But what happened here? Right? I took this apart. I think I was trying to do something. Crab apples. Right? So the forsythias, I don't know how to pronounce this. Forsythias are probably blooming, about to bloom. So these could bloom at the same time. But if I'm really nitpicky, sometimes daffodils and tulips aren't blooming together either. So I guess I shouldn't be too nitpicky. they're all spring flowers, but the daffodils are out. The tulips aren't out. Okay, I'm gonna move back. All right, what do you think? I don't know if you can see. Let me move back. Yeah, no. Does it go? Maybe. I think yes, kind of. But it needs to be. I need more. I need a longer stem. This shorter stem won't work. Okay. That's my photo props. Okay, it's in here. Okay, I have another one. Okay, I want this to be taller then, if I want it. It needs to be taller. What can I do? I'm going to need to extend it, add some wires to it. All right, let me get some stem wires. Okay, I think I like it. Thanks. Thanks, Natia. Okay. I think I like it. Okay. Teresa says getting a bunch of flowers done for granddaughter to sell, support her college fees. She has sold a lot of them, probably more than 200. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. What a great grandmother you are. Okay. So, okay, let me sit back down. And I'm going to need brown fluoro tape. Oh. See, I may eventually need to. Okay, I'm going to put this together with fluoro tape, but eventually I'm going to need to take it apart because I want to wrap these with embroidery floss. Because that's another one of my goals is to the flowers that I've just assembled with fluoro tape. I want to do it with embroidery floss eventually if I get to it. Okay, let me go get the brown fluoro tape. Okay. So I was able to clean up. Ooh, I cleaned up in here, right? And now I got a mess again all over my floor. I cleaned up just so I can make a mess again. Okay. All right. Right here. Hang on. I want it to maybe about here. So out here would be good. I'm just wait a minute. Okay. I'm just going to make it a little bit taller just to give myself some leeway. All right. Get that out of the way. All right. Natia says, we currently have forsythia, daffodils, tulips, grape hyacinths, and cherry blossoms in bloom. Wow. We don't have so many things just yet. We only have, for us, we only have daffodils and crocuses. So I guess it depends on where you live, because if I remember correctly, you're a bit warmer right now than where I am. So I guess, okay, I'll allow it. It'll go together then. It can go together. All right. Okay. Louise says they look lovely together, really spring-like. Okay, good. Teresa says just go over the floor tape with floss. Yes, that's what I'll be doing. I'm not taking all of these apart. I'll go over it with embroidery floss. But what I meant was, like, if I'm going to put these together like this, like if I'm going to put it with other flowers, I'm going to take the arrangement apart and then I will floss it another time. So this will not be permanent yet. It'll just be temporary, a temporary arrangement until I find some time, I guess, to wrap my things with embroidery floss. I even got brown embroidery floss. Maybe I need to get more darker brown, because the two browns I have aren't brown enough. I just feel like it's not brown enough. It's too light brown. I guess light brown can be okay. Okay, the stem is not pretty anymore because it is, got this notch here, right? But the vase that I was using for this before was a short vase. So that's why I cut it. I guess that's when you're using one vase and then switching to another. I guess that's the problem you get. Sometimes it'll be shorter than you like it. Should I do one branch or two branches? Two branches? Let's do two. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to wrap this here first. I'm going to try to be very gentle with my hands today because it's still kind of recovering from last week. And all I did was floss a stem. Holy cow, right? Okay, April is looking for a bleeding heart pattern. Doesn't Daleen Kelly have a pattern in her book for bleeding hearts? I don't recall. All right, April says 2 branches too, so let's do that. Okay, where? Okay, so right here, do I even need to extend this one? I don't think I need to extend this one. I'll just wrap it with Flora tape. April, yes, I think Daylene does have a pattern in one of her books. So, okay. It's getting heavy. I don't like how it looks so goofy down here, right? I need all of them to be the same length, but they're not. And it's irritating me. Okay. Maybe I should have extended the other one too. All right, let's see how it goes in the vase. How is it? It's very heavy. Okay. I like it, but I'm going to need to do something about these different length stems. Hi, Angela. Okay, Angela says, I'm terrible at making bouquets. I never know what to put together. Same here. Same here. So I'm getting ideas from all you guys, okay? So today, Natia suggested that I should add some spring blossoms along with my daffodils and tulip. And normally, maybe I think too much inside the box, I guess. These would not be 2 flowers that I would normally put together, but putting these flowers together, they actually go well together. So I guess we can crowdsource crowdsource our bouquet making, right? So that's cool. I like it. That's nice. Okay. All right. Okay. But I think I definitely need to do something about here. But if it's in a vase and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna take it apart to floss anyways, eventually. Let me put some stuff in there. Put some weight in there. Oh, it's gonna get messy. It's gonna get messy. Okay, Natia says, very warm and sunny, no rain. We've had rain. To water your flower boxes every day. We have not watered anything because it's still cold. Here in Wisconsin, we will get snow up until May. So we just have our spring flowers, but it'll still snow. kind of blocked myself into this vase. What if I use a different vase? What if I use a different vase? Would this work? I mean, this I'm just knocking everything over. Since it is bigger, is this, what do you think? Maybe it needs to go bigger anymore. Or maybe this one. That vase is too big, and I don't want to add more flowers. I think this one, I think these two are kind of the same. I think it'll look good in either, but I'm picking this one because I can put more weights in here. Okay. Okay, so DIY Dream says you like the thinner vase more. It does look good in the thinner vase. I think it looks good in either. But like I said, I think I can add more stuff in here. The flowers need more weights to be held in. So what I have here is just a mixture of random stuff. I got some, you can see I've got some pebbles, some beads, don't ask, and some rice. Also, don't ask. Yeah, it is very top heavy. Okay, April says in Virginia, the weather cannot make up its mind. No kidding. Same here. Because it was, let's see, back in, well, last month, there was like a day where it's like 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's like almost summer. And now it's back to the 30 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, we're back to winter again. So back and forth. All right, Angela says, my favorite go-to vases are old milk glass ones. They work perfectly with beaded flowers. Yep. I got these at an estate sale, and they had so many of these milk glass vases. So I practically bought them all. They were like $1 a piece. So I'm like, yay, for me. Okay, I'm going to add more in there. Okay. All right, Nothia says Easter's just around the corner in the flower stores and or large supermarkets will soon be selling planted Easter bowls or small bouquets combining flowers and flowering branches. That's why it's suggested that you combine them this way. Okay, I don't think I have seen them like that here in the US. If they have, I haven't seen it. I've only seen like, yeah, I just haven't seen daffodils and tulips combined with branching flowers. That is interesting. It does go well together. So. Okay. Still heavy. Still too heavy. Still falling. Okay, I got pebbles. Where are you? Oh my gosh, Angela, you got snow yesterday. Ugh. Well, there was some flurries yesterday, and I was like, is that rain or is that snow? I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell if it was snow or rain. Okay, so I got these pebbles. I might have to resign and say this is probably not the vase. It's gonna fall over. It's gonna fall over. It needs to be at a spot where maybe it's like leaning against something, maybe in the corner or something. Yes, DIY Dream. I am live on YouTube and Facebook, and also the Facebook group. So if I talking to people and you don't see the comments, that's why. Okay. So, okay. Maybe these pebbles might help. I think it will stay, but one wrong move, it'll fall over, right? And one wrong move. Okay, so the pebbles help. It gives it some weight, but either way, like with any of these vases, like even with this sunflower vase, it's not permanent. I've got things in here. It stays, it's fine. But if it gets knocked over, I'm going to get all these materials in here all over the place. And that has happened. So that's why I need these to be permanent. One wrong move, it gets knocked over. Some kid runs all over the place, and then it just gets knocked down, and it needs to be permanent. So once I have everything the way that I like it, I will put resin in it. Okay, that is the goal. That is the goal for every single arrangement. Okay. Okay, Angela says, I hunt for vases all the time. Online, Goodwill stores, tag sales. I also went to a Goodwill like a few years ago, and I just bought every vase that I could. It was like, okay, here's a vase, here's a vase, here's a vase. Okay, I'm gonna get that, I'm gonna get that. Okay. Okay, here's my spring arrangement. I'll display it for spring because it's permanently summer in my house. I mean, as far as flowers, because I have my summer flower garden sculpture on my dining room table all year round. So it's summer all year round in my house with those flowers. But let's get some spring in there, right? Oh, and I have like some poinsettias up there, so could be Christmas all year round. It's Christmas all year round. I should switch out the flowers just so one, they're different flowers, and two, other flowers get a turn, so they can take turns. Well, that's what I'll do. Good idea, Fan. Okay, Liz is in North Carolina, we had mid to upper 80s last. Okay, you're in the South, right? You're in the South this week, and it's upper 59, low 60s. Okay. DIY says it's a shame beads are so heavy. They look so realistic. Thank you. Okay. You can never have too many vases. They never seem to be the right shape or size. Uh-huh. I have all these vases up there, like along my, I have like an upper storage area in my closet. And I have all those vases there, but I don't have the right one. I don't have the right one. Even though I went on a shopping spree at the thrift store and bought all the vases I could find. It's like, okay, I could eventually use this and I could eventually use that. All right, I think this is it. I like it. Good job, guys. Good job. This is a team effort, right? Team effort. Okay, a different one. Put some more in there, just in case. All right. I think this is it for me today. I'm going to need to do some cleanup over here. I just cleaned up a few days ago, because I moved the whole couch in here, so everything was a mess. And I just rearranged my studio. All the stuff got rearranged. And then I decided, hey, it might be a good idea to do a live stream in the middle of the studio and have all the stuff on the ground. So, just more cleaning up to do. Yeah. I cleaned up just so I can make a mess again. Okay, my legs are getting tired, so I'm done for today. Angela says, I tend to use glass balls for weight. Where do you get your glass balls? Oh, I have those glass, what are those things? Not glass balls, but they're marbles. I have those marbles, or I had marbles. I used to have marbles. Where do you get them? Where do you get your balls? Okay. Louis says, never have the right vase. The same with beads, never have the perfect color. Mm-hmm. Yep. I hear you. I have all these beads, but I don't have the right bead. So, such is life. Never the right vase or the right bead. Okay. That's it, guys. Thanks for the team effort. And I will see you next week. So, yes, I definitely... Okay. I should do announcements. I'm going to put this in here for now. Before I go, let me do announcements. Let me grab my projects. I've been getting up. Needs to work my legs. Don't want to get all stuck in here. I'm coming, grabbing my things. Okay, before I go, so April 23rd, we have this Enchanted Rose class, beginner level class at virtuallyevercrafting.com. It's a Zoom class. What time is it? 5:30? No, I forget what time. I forget what time. But let me put the info up here. Is an introduction to French beaded flowers class. Zoom 1 hour Zoom class, everything you need to get started with French beading, a beginner level class. So excited to teach this at the virtually ever crafting event. So the event is for all week, and we have different instructors teaching many other classes. So I was excited that I was invited to teach there. So, and I'm teaching a beginner class for making this enchanted rose. And for my advanced students, we have this French beaded flower spectacular sunflower necklace. So if you are familiar with the French beading techniques and want to learn how to make jewelry, all these components are made on one continuous wire. So if you want to learn how to do that, you can sign up for my class. It's on April 26th, 1:30 until 4:30 p.m. at Central Standard Time. And with both of these classes, if you cannot make it, you can watch the replay. Okay. All right. And starting, what is it, next week? I think it's next week. Starting April 15th, we are starting the Anthurium bead along in the Learn How to Make French Beaded Flowers Facebook group. So let me grab that. Where is that? There you go. The Anthurium bead along. So with these projects, bead alongs, they're free. So it's a free class. Sign up at the Learn How to Make. You don't need to sign up. Okay, you can just join in. You can just join in. So take a picture of the QR code, get all the information you need to get started. All you need to do is to get the supplies and follow along, and I will teach you how to make these anthuriums. These anthuriums are part of a collaboration project that I am doing with Lauren Harpster. She is currently doing her Cymbidium orchid in the Learn How to Make French Beaded Flowers Facebook group. She started March 15th and it's ending April 15th. And then April 15th, I'm taking over and I will be teaching the anthuriums. And the collaboration project is that she will be making, she already made her anthurium, and I will be making her orchid, and then we will put these projects together. I will put my flowers and her flowers and her orchids, her pattern of orchids and that I've made. Oh gosh, that's a word salad. I am sorry. What a word salad that is. Okay, so you guys get it. You guys know what I'm talking about. We'll be putting those flowers together into an arrangement. So I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I'm not sure how I will put these flowers together. Maybe I will do a live stream and you guys can let me know your ideas too. Let's crowdsource this. Let's turn this into a group project. Okay. We'll turn this into a group project. All right. So that's the anthurium. That's the anthurium. Click on or take a picture of the QR code and get all the information you need to get started on that. All right. That is all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me today. I was very productive and didn't hurt myself. So there is that. So I'll see you next